Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Miss Ebony V. Welcome back to my channel and welcome any newcomers to my channel. So this video is going to be a tutorial, a first time tutorial on these passion twists that have become so popular on YouTube. So I decided to give it a stab for the first time. So this video is definitely a trial and error type video where we are learning together, okay? You'll see I tried it one way, didn't like that way, tried it another way. You'll just take a look at the process, all right? So before we go any further, I want to go ahead and remind you to subscribe to this channel. Be sure to give this video a nice thumbs up and hit that bell notification so that you know every time I upload a video. All right, let's get into it. All right, y'all, so let's get into these twists. Again, this is going to be a learning style for all of us. My first time, your first time seeing me do it, so hey, first time for all. We're gonna try it and we're gonna work this thing out. I have faith. Well, I've already washed my hair using the Cream of Nature Argan Oil co-wash and conditioner, deep conditioner. So now I'm just going to continue with this line because that's kind of what I like to do. Once I start with the line, I kind of like to use everything in the line. So I'm going to use this Cream of Nature Argan Oil Moisture Recovery Leave-In Curl Milk to make sure my hair is moisturized before I apply the hair. I'm also going to use some of this Perfect Edges Extra Hold to make sure my roots are nice and sleek. Afterwards, I'm going to use this Argan Oil Shine and Style Foaming Mousse. And then I'm going to make sure my scalp is oiled with this Wild Growth hair oil. This stuff is good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into this process and we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and we're gonna hope that everything works out just fine, right? First timer, but we're gonna work it out. All right. So the hair I'm using now, I don't know, you may have seen some other YouTube videos. Most people are using the FreeTress Water Wave. That was very difficult for me to find in the beauty supply stores here in the DMV, Maryland. I went to like 3 different stores, and by the 3rd store, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to try something else. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And this is the Afri Natural Caribbean Bundle Braids in the style Bohemian Soft Water. So this is what the hair looks like. Now, it's not the length that I wanted. I really wanted something long. But, I mean, there's ways around that. It's just the way you put the hair together or prep the hair to make it longer. So, this is in the color 1B. And then I'm also going to add in some of this T1B27. Okay, so I already have my hair prepped and parted. But we're gonna come back to this. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna separate this hair. I already have most of my hair already separated. I will show you momentarily, but for now, this is what one of the pieces of hair looks like. And at first, because you know, when you don't know how the hair is gonna operate, you kind of got trial and error. So at first, I would separate from the end of the hair. You know, just to make sure you don't have a bunch of tangles. And then separate one piece of hair. Set that to the side and do the same to another piece of hair where I started doing the ends first and then separating. Now, because I want this longer, I never put the pieces back together like direct length. I kind of made where one was a little longer than the other and vice versa on the other side because I'm trying to add length. I want my twist to be a little bit longer than this hair I got. So then I add the other piece that I separated, and I'm gonna connect them at like the ends. So you see these are the ends. This is to give me length. That's what I mean by tricks and trades, to give you a little more length. So this is kind of how I connected them. Voila, and I got a longer strand. All right, so then once I realized this hair was super easy to work with and I didn't have to separate from the bottom, I just went straight to the middle and went slowly just to make sure, holding tightly just in case there was a knot or tangle. And look at that, look at how easy that was. Bam, wasting my time going to the ends. Nope, no need. So I went straight to the middle. This hair was super easy to work with. Super easy to work with. And 2 pieces of hair is going to be for one twist. And then I'm going to put these 2 together at the ends here, connect, voila. That is one strand. Let me show you my table so you can see how I have had all this hair all nicely separated. All right, so I think we are ready to get started for this trial. Let's see, y'all. All right, so like I said, I am starting off with freshly washed, deep conditioned, and stretched hair. Using no heat, by the way. And if you want to see how you can stretch your natural hair using no heat, I will provide a link in the description box below so you can check out how I do it. This is how I have it sectioned. I just got 3 sections in the front, and then I kind of sectioned off the rows in the back. So I got 3 rows back here, and then I'll start on these 3 sections. So easy breezy. I just like to work in sections. It just makes life easier in my opinion. So I kind of moisturized my hair during my overnight drying and stretching process, but I have super dry hair, super dry and fine hair. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more moisture, and that is what this Crème of Nature, what is this? Moisture Recovery Leave-In Curl Milk is for. Just gotta make sure I keep this hair moisturize, y'all. That is super important when you are doing a protective style. Even if I'm wearing a wig for a week and I have some braids under that wig, that hair is very moisturized. Trust and believe. Here we go. Here goes nothing. All right, y'all, so it is now the next day. I was so extremely tired last night by the time I finished that I didn't put too much care or concern into how it really came out. But this morning when I got up, I was like, I'm not really feeling the outcome. So the perfectionist in me is going to get it right. So now the way I did this, I did several of them with the twist method, like this. And then I did the middle part with starting off with a braid. Let me see if I can find one. Here's one where I started off with a braid. And for me, that was just much easier. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to replace all of this. As you can see, I have a button back here. I'm not even going to bother this middle section. I'm not going to bother the middle section. But I'm going to redo everything else. And I think it was the hair. So I could not find the FreeTress Water Wave when I was initially looking the other day. I had gone to like 3 beauty supply stores and still couldn't find it. So this morning, I went to the beauty supply store that I know has it, and I got the FreeTress Water Wave. And so I'm gonna try to redo these using that hair and see if it makes an improvement. And it could have been a combination of the hair and my installing with this twist method. This twist method was just not easy for me. Like, it's definitely one of those things I'm gonna have to practice on my daughter, who is usually my guinea pig for stuff that I'm trying to learn. So without further ado, we're just gonna redo all of these twists. And like, look at this, this was bad. This one was really bad. And I could have just put it all up and away and styled it to where it wasn't really noticeable, but now I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. So I'm gonna keep going until I get it how I want it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna continue. I'm gonna continue with the install. I'm gonna cut out one at a time and replace it with the water wave hair now, or the FreeTress Water Wave hair. Now let me just say, the other hair was so much easier to work with. This hair, it's not as easy, but again, it's the same process of trying to this one you do have to unravel the ends before you separate, because you will end up with a ball of frizz if you don't, where you can't even separate. So it's really tight on these ends. So I just kind of take my fingers and separate up all the way. Oh yeah, just kind of loosely wiggle it apart so that it is easy to pull apart. And then do the same on the other side. This one is really tight, okay. And I'm using the same method of using 2 pieces of hair to install it. And even, I've already separated a lot of hair already. So even with this hair, I'm noticing how much fuller it is. So maybe if I had used 3 pieces with the other hair, just separating, see, that one got stuck. So maybe if I had used 3 pieces with the other hair and then used the braid method and not tried to continue, because it was just hit or miss. Using the twist method, sometimes it will work, sometimes it wouldn't. So now, because I know I'm not perfect at that, the braid method is gonna have to do because it's just gonna make my life a little bit easier. All right, so this is one piece that I'm setting to the side so that I can separate the second piece and then put them together to install. I hope I'm making sense. Again, y'all, this was a learning curve. I thank y'all for learning with me. This was definitely trial and error. And I got the error, and now I am fixing this error because I was not feeling it. Some may have thought it looked okay. No, that's not. You know how you just have a vision of what you want it to come out looking like? That didn't happen, so I'm gonna fix it. I am determined to fix it. I am no quitter. I am no quitter. I'm gonna get it right. First time or not. All right, so I'm gonna separate this piece. That one was a little easier. Put them back together. And as you can see, I'm using the ombre hair. And then connect it with the other piece. Not so much as a perfect layer, kind of layer where one is a little longer than the other. And then I'm just gonna feather the ends a little bit so that it's not a perfect blunt end piece at the bottom. All right, so this is the hair now that I'm actually going to put in my hair. So I'm gonna start in the back again. Matter of fact, let me just do one up front. Do I have one? I'll start this one. And again, I just went around the perimeter. I did like one row of the back that I'm redoing all around the perimeter, and then I did the 2 rows that are up here in the front that I'm gonna redo, because that's the part you see the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it to make this easier to get out. And the good part about this is that my hair is already parted and separated, so it shouldn't be that bad or that big of a deal. And I'm not sleepy anymore, so this should be, or this should work out with ease. All right, so that's out now. I'm just gonna comb out my hair again. I might add a little more edge control just to the root, just to make sure it stays flat. Okay, and again, I'm using the braid method. I am over this twisting right now, especially since I'm redoing it. I just don't feel like taking up much time trying to master rolling the hair to the hair, and it's just too much for me right now. Just want to get it in and looking neat as possible. So I'm just braiding down several times before I start twisting. Is that sliding? I don't know. So now I'm going to separate the hair. Well, it doesn't even matter. You just put the hair on one side instead of separating the hair. See if that works just as well. All right, voila, a little better. So Yeah, I can live with this. And it's thicker compared to, see the difference? This just didn't make it full enough for me. It's too thin. And then it was already a tapered end, which was good, I thought, because I didn't have to work so hard down here. It just kind of, you know, twisted and taped together. But it was just so thin. I just wanted him to be full like this. This is fuller. All right, so I'm gonna finish replacing all of these twists off camera, and then because everything else is the same process, I'm just now braiding instead of trying to twist. And I'll come back with the final look. Be back. All right, y'all, so this is the final look of these passion twists. I have finally come to an acceptable resolution or final result. So this was quite a challenging trial and error with me starting off with the other type of hair, but then when I switched to the FreeTress Water Wave hair, I actually like this result a lot better. So my twists are a lot fuller. I did use the braid method when I redid the perimeter, so it was a much more pleasant experience and final result, I might say. So this is the final look. I went ahead and added some accessories. It's as full as I was expecting it to be the first time around that I did not get. So I like this result a lot better when I switched the hair that I was using. Even though I didn't redo the middle, I'm still pleased with the result. So I am gonna do this again, probably in the early spring. You know, just to see if there's growth and improvement. I'm always for making things better, so that is exactly what I'm gonna do when it gets a little warm and I try this again. Hope you like this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.